Hi everybody.
Hi everybody.
Whoops.
Hi everybody. Whoops.
I have to mute my other device. Okay. Hi, welcome everybody. I've got some exciting product here. I'm Kelly Klapstein and I'm joining you today, or you're joining me today, one of the two. I'm going to chat about the new Ranger Distress Crayons. Hi there. And so, oh, you saw these on Instagram. Yes, they're really popping up everywhere. They're so much fun, and Creative Scrapbooker Magazine loves these Ranger products, and the Distress Crayons got us all excited. Hi, Uta. So yes, all good fun. So I want to show you, I have the 3 packages. And I want to tell you, if you're not familiar with the Distress Crayons, I'm going to just show you a little sample today of how you can use them for watercolor effects. So we have the Earth Tones pack, the Brights pack, and I don't know, is this called, which name of this pack is, but it's more of kind of the earthy distress ink type of colors. Anyway, the Distress Crayons are water reactive pigments, and that's why I really wanted to show you today how you can use them for watercolor, because if you know me, I am really into a watercolor, I don't know, journey or experience right now. Jean, thank you. Sets 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if you look on the back, it says they're formulated to achieve vibrant coloring effects on porous surfaces for mixed media. So I have a piece of watercolor paper here, and it says the smooth water reactive pigments are ideal for creating brilliant backgrounds, watercoloring, and more. Color directly onto surface and blend with water. Well, I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to show you kind of a cool way where you can create your own color sample palette. So we will take this package, I don't know, it's hard to choose, and thanks for your comments and hearts, and they work well on a number of different papers. Some people do use these and prepare their paper with gesso first. I'm not, so I'm just going to show you kind of a cute little trick that you can use to make use them for watercolors. Anyway, what an easy, cheap way to create your watercolor mixing palette is take a baggie. This is just a normal Ziploc baggie that is sealed. It's about 6 by 6. I cut a piece of photocopy paper that's approximately the same size. And I'm sticking a piece of white paper in here because instead of using a colored craft mat, I like to see the colors pure on a piece of white, on the white background. So there is your cheap palette, which you can use again and again and again and again. All right, so I'm going to set this down, and I don't know, I guess I'll take this palette. So what I have done is I have cut this piece of watercolor paper, and it is, or you could use Bristol paper too. I wouldn't recommend regular cardstock though. So this is approximately just under 5 inches by 2.5 inches, and I will show you why at the end why I did this, or maybe I should show you now. No, I'll keep you in suspense. So hang on, this doesn't take long. There are 6 crayons in here, so I'm going to take my kids' handy lousy old geometry thing that I found in my desk, because you know what happens when you have kids is all of your good rulers disappear, right? And you can end up in their school year, or over their course of their school years, you will end up buying like 20 billion rulers, right? Am I right? And then, of course, there's no chance you want to buy your own fancy ruler for crafting, because you know that will disappear. So I am just eyeballing it here. I know some of you are very keen on measuring, and so just feel free to measure your spots out. So I can tell already this isn't turning out exactly. That's okay. So I hope this doesn't bother you. Yes, exactly, Sandy. So it's a little bit uneven, but just take a deep breath. Some of you can't stand this. And that's all right. Now I'm going to take my palette. Now let's take this color, Seedless Preserves. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that color. And what I'm going to do is, I mean, you don't have to do this, but I will just write Seedless Preserves here. I'm not going to do them all for this scope because it's going to take too long, and you guys can pretty much get what I'm doing. So you can label this according to the colors in the package. Now I'm going to take my palette. So this is a brand new Distress Crayon. You open it up. And what I like about it, it has this flat bottom. Now this is why I like this flat bottom, because in general, you don't really need a pointed tip to best use the Distress Crayon. If you have a flat bottom, I know these days round bottoms are trendy, but let's not go in that direction. And then I'm going to go onto my, this is my, if you just popped in, this is my cheapo watercolor palette in a Ziploc bag and a white piece of paper. And I'm very, very lightly, I'm going to zoom in a bit, very lightly going to scribble on my palette. And my goal is really, I don't really want to get many of these little bits there. I just want a little bit of color. Okay. So again, this is the Seedless Preserves. Then I'm going to take my, I'm going to zoom out a bit. I'm going to take my Tim Holtz Ranger water brush. So a water brush basically eliminates the need for you to go back and forth with your paintbrush, but you can certainly use a paintbrush, a real brush, and a cup of water. So you don't, they feel a little bit waxy, but they're not waxy, Sandy, because they're water soluble. So you can use them with water. That's what I'm showing today. So the barrel is filled with water, and you can squeeze the barrel a bit to get the water flow going. I don't want a lot of water coming out. I'm not going to squeeze the barrel. I'm just going to make sure my brush is wet. So my brush is wet, and then basically I am going to just get in here and mix this color up. And my brush is wet. I'm not squeezing the barrel. I'm just mixing. And then I'm going to make a palette of the color. And I'm just going to, like a sampler, right? And that's all there's to it. So there's my Seedless Preserves, which I love. So obviously you can see how much they lighten up. I have very, very little water here. I'll do one more color. Let's try the blue. Can we dab the brush straight onto the crayon? We could try that. I'm going to have a paper towel here, and to clean, we could try that. To clean my water brush, I am going to squeeze it so the water comes out, and I will clean it. Hopefully I'm not getting onto my paper. And I'll squeeze it until you can see it's stained. That's okay. A swatch, yeah. That's okay if it's stained. Water brushes are often stained by pigments. This will be saved on Catch Me, I believe. So you can find us on our Catch Me account for Creative Scrapbooker. Now it's running clear. So you can see I already cleaned off the paper towel, cleaned off my palette as well. So somebody said, let's do this. Let's touch the tip here. Different, I recognize your voice now. Oh, okay, so we can touch the tip and see what happens just for fun. So I'm going to try to pick up right from the crayon tip, and I will put it beside here. So you get a little bit more color if you pick up from the crayon tip. Now, honestly, I don't know how this would affect the crayon itself, and in terms of it, you know, it should be drying out before you cap it and so forth. So it's a little bit damp now. So there's another idea to touch that instead of making a palette. So whoever mentioned that, that's a really cool trick. Okay, we'll do one more color. Catch Me is K-A-T, I'll write it down after, KATCH.me. And all of our scopes are saved on there. So this one is the Chipped Sapphire. Don't you just love that name, honestly? Okay, so Chipped Sapphire. I don't know why I have a bit of purple on there. Interesting. Okay, very lightly. I don't want the coloring bits on this paper. So I'll pick up my water brush. I haven't labeled anything. Is it clean? Did I clean it? Oh, crumb. Let me just clean it off first. Let's do this again because I want a pure Chipped Sapphire color. Very lightly, I am rubbing it on here. Now, these are very soft crayons, so if you push, then there we go. I want to see the more of a pure Chipped Sapphire color. So again, for your color swatch, somebody said swatch, I don't know why I said palette. I think that was Elizabeth. Thanks. Okay, now you have your palette. It's labeled, so Chipped Sapphire. And of course, some of you will label it much more nicely than this. And here's the fun part, okay? So I'm going to zoom out. And let's say you've put all of your crayons onto your swatch, onto the swatch. Is it a swatch? I think so. Oh, Uta, this is my happy, nice voice because I'm playing with watercolors. It's not always like this, you know that. But thanks. Am I putting you to sleep? Okay, this is why I cut this size, because look what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to pop it into the back of my package, just like this. And now I have an instant swatch included in the back of my package, so when I want to watercolor, I will have these swatches in the back. Hey Jeff, thank you. You guys are so sweet. Thanks so much. My voice, yeah, I'm telling you, you can. When I'm stressed out, my voice is slightly different. So there you have your swatch included in your packet. You will never lose it, and it's a handy reference tool for you to work with. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to share today, the Ranger Distress Crayons. And I hope you enjoyed the scope. Yeah, we all do. Thanks for tuning in. I'll just write for you. Somebody of you asked, Creative Scrapbooker is on Facebook, and you asked about Catch. So let me just again reiterate. Creative Scrapbooker. And you can find our website .ca, not .com. We're also on Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest and all of that stuff. And then these scopes are saved to catch.me, okay? We also have a YouTube channel, Creative Scrapbooker, and we put all of these scopes onto YouTube as well. All right? So you can watch the scope and refer to it again or share it with your friends. So thank you so much, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll hopefully see you next time. We'll do 1 or 2 scopes a week. So thanks for sharing. Thank you for the hearts. Yes, Creative Scrapbooker and Catch Me. Thank you, everybody. Sorry I missed your comments, but I know I just saw some comments about the voice. Bye. Have a great day, everybody. And I'll be on actually later personally to do some brush lettering. Bye. Thanks for tuning in.